Start your morning sponsored by Gillette Clear Gel. What a night from LeBron James. Scored 51 points in the Lakers' big win over the Heat. Just the 13th time LeBron has scored 50 in his career. Shocking. Nick, what'd you make of his night?
Well, I mean, he's just the 13th time. That puts him 6th all-time in 50-point games. Listen, LeBron, what I say last week, if LeBron's three's falling, he gonna hit.
Or if he scores a lot of points, look at the stat sheet and you'll see his three-pointer was going down.
6 of them last night, including one at the very end. Take that, Pat Riley, with your little spicy comments on my way out of town. That was a brilliant game.
This was a message game, Jenna.
You're
also,
16.
This could have been a horrible trip to Florida. They had lost to Orlando the night before. They're on a back-to-back. And LeBron's got a little something for Pat Riley, and he gave it to him in the 51. You could see that he was sending a message.
Back to the NFL now. Colts blew the doors off the Titans 38-10. Andrew Luck had his 7th straight game with at least 3 touchdown passes. See, how impressed have you been with Andrew Luck?
Very impressed. And Jenna, you know I'm always matchmaking for you. I'm always trying to get you out on the stories with guys who are a great story. Jenna, this is another one of your guys. Him, Steph, Andrew Luck. I mean, what they're doing with him, having him back playing football for this organization, because you talking about the difference between night and day. Andrew Luck, this guy's a legitimate star, and it's hard to live up to hype when Mel Kiper tells you you're the best since Peyton Manning, Elway. Oh, my goodness. But it's great to see him. And Frank Wright, the coach there, who was their 2nd or 3rd choice. Man, you got to give him a lot of credit.
Not surprising that Andrew Luck's great play, that streak has coincided with a 5-game streak of not being sacked. They have been able to. Quentin Nelson might be the rookie of the year as an offensive lineman.
Personnel department, tremendous amount of upgrade, especially on that offensive line.
Cowboys beat the Falcons on a game-winning field goal. Ezekiel Elliott had over 200 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. See, what'd you make of Zeke's day?
Oh, he's special now. And now they're starting to find a way, like they did in his rookie season, to get him to that 2nd level. Offensive line, since Mark Colombo took over, is their new offensive line coach. You can see the improvement that they're making, a lot more double teams at the line of scrimmage. He's a special player. You could see last night, yesterday afternoon, how explosive he was, though. It seemed like he had an extra low gear yesterday, so looking forward to seeing him on Turkey Day.
He's got a chance to win the rushing title again. He won it his rookie year. He could win it this year. The only reason I believe he didn't win it last year was the suspension.
Yes.
He has been the best runner of the football since he came into the league. Now, Gurley might be the better all-around back, but he's been the best guy to hand the ball off to since he came into the league. He was great.
Incredible hair growth as well, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Big all hair.
Cam Newton and the Panthers taking on the Lions. Down 7, a minute to go. Cam finds DJ Moore in the end zone. Carolina decides, you know what, we're going to win this. We're going to go for 2 on the road. Cam Newton gets the ball, plenty of time to throw, but cannot connect with Jarius Wright. Panthers lose 20-19. Here's head coach Ron Rivera on the decision to go for the win.
Well, I think you go for 2 on the road to win the game. And that's what I did at the end of the day. What's to say the coin toss is going to go in our favor? What's to tell you we're going to stop them? So why not go for 2? I was going for the win. That's just the bottom line.
I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. He trusted in me, and I gotta up him my end of the bargain, uphold my end of the bargain, and I didn't do that. I let this team down, and I just got to be better.
All right, Nick, we can't criticize coaches for playing too conservative and then also criticize them for being aggressive and aggressive.
Well, sure we can. That's kind of half of sports television. We absolutely can. We try not to.
It wouldn't be fair.
But it wouldn't be fair.
What about in this specific sense, what Ron Rivera was faced with?
All right, you've got to recognize that Rivera's post-game comments, I do not think were honest. I think he was trying to protect his kicker. I do not think all things created equal, he goes for 2 there in every spot. And typically, even though I love being aggressive, if I think I have the better team, I don't want the game to come down to 1 play. And the Panthers are better than the Lions. But the reason, in my eyes, it was smart to go for 2, that you should have gone for 2, is Graham Gano, who hadn't missed a field goal all year, missed a field goal in this game of the exact length of an extra point and missed an extra point in this game. So I felt like if Graham Gano was maybe 75% to make that extra point, his confidence had been rattled. And by the way, the play design was great. You have it protected. You have a guy open. And Cam, it's a shame because he had played an awesome football game. Cam made a terrible play. He owned it afterwards, see, but like, I got no, given the fact that Gano was having the worst game he's had with the Panthers, given the fact that you felt like you could get those yards, I don't mind them going for it. Cam just missed the throw.
But do the players resent that, CC, when you know what your head coach is doing? Do the players say, well, that's not the right decision?
Well, this is the thing. It was the right decision. Coaching philosophy has always been on the road, go for the win. If you're the home team, play for the tie because you have the home crowd and everything. Also, forget what the normal theory is. I have the best athlete that's ever played the position. It's hard for Ron Rivera to ever be wrong. He is the most dynamic two-way quarterback that's ever played this game. 99 years, 6'5", 245. All right? And if you have that guy, and if that guy can't get you the two-point conversion with the way he was playing, then you're in trouble. Cam has been playing some of the best football of his career from the pocket. And you could see they only rushed 4, and their nose guard was almost like a spy. He didn't rush at all, and he's the one that caused Cam problems. That's why Cam panicked at the last minute in his fundamentals. Watch his lead foot, his left leg. It steps out to his left, and it didn't step to his target. That's why his ball sailed. It's also been one of Cam's problems throughout his career. He was great in this game in the most critical moment. That's why your fundamentals are important, and it's hard to repeat them. And in that moment, he rushed and he jumped, didn't step to his target and stick it on. He knew. And afterwards, you could see the growth. I knew a Cam Newton, MVP of the league, who couldn't finish answering questions at the Super Bowl. Yesterday, he did the right thing.
Listen, if there's going to be criticism of Ron Rivera, and people always go to the easiest possible criticism, this is what it should be. He didn't know if they were going for 2 before they scored the touchdown. They had 2 timeouts. They had 2 timeouts. They scored a touchdown with north of the 1, about 1:07 left. You've got to know what we're doing. He knew Gano had missed the extra point in the field goal before that touchdown scored. You have to know, and your players have to know, if we score, we're going for it. Because in that situation, because they burned a timeout. They burned a timeout to talk about it. In that situation, with 2 timeouts and over a minute left, even if you don't get it, you're going to get the ball back. Now, you're not going to have a lot of time, but you're going to have a shot. We've seen the Panthers win a game this year on a 60-plus yarder. Like, you're going to have the ability.
You need those timeouts.
You need those timeouts.
Yeah. I don't think it's that important that the players know you're going to go for 2. I think it's more important that the players, there's a constant philosophy of what the organization and what the teams and how they're going to play. When you get off the bus on a given day, what's going to be our philosophy? What's going to be our theme? What are we going to do? And there's a reason why Ron Rivera got the name, Riverboat Ron. It's because he has decided to gamble and go for it. And this was not, to me, it was not a big gamble. So it's not that important that the players know on the last drive. It's not that important. It's important that our philosophy stays consistent and that we're going to be aggressive.
All right. Let's move on to the Ravens. They did